Hello friends, once again I welcome you to my channel called Life Balance. So we're going to be looking at how women are balancing up their lives and all of those things. And I have an expert in the house here, in the person of Mrs. Ngozi Chikwendu. She's a trauma, she knows how to manage trauma, okay? So lately what we have noticed is that because of the challenging times, people are traumatized, we are not able to meet up our daily needs, so we begin to lose this, okay? Some people just go off. In fact, sometimes I even feel like I've gone off, because it's not been easy lately. And so she's here to talk to us about trauma and how to manage trauma. Okay, so NG is not just a trauma expert. She's also an ex-banker. She's also worked for herself. She's an entrepreneur. She's done so many things. I call her the lady of the moment. NG, please, nice having you here.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Chinwe, for that wonderful introduction, and thank you for having me today.
Okay, so today talk about trauma. I'm telling you,
Wow.
let me come down to earth. The truth of the matter is that many people are traumatized, especially now that we're going into election in Nigeria specifically. Okay, globally trauma is everywhere, but let's talk to us as a Nigerian. What should we expect? What should we do? How do we carry ourselves so that we don't lose this? We go, there's no fuel, people are like agitating, there's no money, everybody's going cashless, we're unprepared, and we're meeting all these challenges. There's no PVC, there's so many things going wrong.
So many things that have.
So how do we handle this?
Wow, trauma. In short, almost everybody is traumatized in this country. Because when things are not going the way it should go, it's just that we don't know it. Many a time, we see people behaving in some manners, we don't even know that they are not normal. Because of several occurrences in their lives. What is even trauma? Trauma is an emotional response to an ugly incident, a terrible event. It could be direct, it could be indirect. Trauma is the way people respond to bad things that have happened to them.
Hold it there. So that reminds me. So I saw this video clip of a woman who actually went to the filling station to buy fuel, and the price of fuel is so high, and all of those things, the stress was so much. She literally removed all her clothes. I was like, is she mad? So could she have been mad from the home, or are you saying that it's because of the situation she met?
Yes. Because even hunger, lack, chronic lack, can be traumatizing.
Wow.
Cases like rape, cases like abuse, cases like accidents, cases like loss, shock, all these things that they can all lead to trauma. So you see someone from home, you don't know what the person is passing through already, and the person comes out to buy fuel, cash out money, buy stores, and the person is seeing all those things. It will surely trigger, the already traumatized person in the person. You understand? So you see people reacting to it differently. Because this trauma that we are talking about can even lead to mental issues. It can lead to people being withdrawn. You could see someone, lively person, but because of one or two bad incidents in the person's life, you could see the person will be withdrawn from society.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. I have a friend who so I was wondering what was wrong with her. She just became very quiet,
withdrawn. The person won't be coming out again. The person won't be, socializing. This happens at times. You hear that somebody has committed suicide.
Wow.
And you'll be wondering.
And somehow you saw the person.
I saw the person not
was just looking
normal, and at the end of the day, you will be hearing maybe over the media that the person has committed suicide.
So are you saying that we're supposed to be asking people, are you traumatized? Are you traumatized? I mean,
we
how
are
do we
supposed to.
How are we supposed to know who is traumatized?
Okay, we are supposed to reach out to friends, relatives, neighbors, business, acquaintances. We should be able to reach out to them, from time to time. If you check, maybe for some time you've not heard from a friend for a very long time, you should check on the person.
Let me tell you something. Why some people don't reach out,
Okay.
Now, there's this thing that, because, like you said, lack. Most people don't really have some financial capacity. So sometimes when you reach out to somebody, they say, oh, I have this problem, I have no money, So you're looking at it and you're saying to yourself, next if I call her and she starts asking for money. So how do we relate? How do we try to balance all of those things? Because it's not that we don't want to reach out. Many people don't want to reach out, but they are already saying that if you call this one now, it's all about money. Or they take all their problem and put on you. And you really don't even have that strength. So how do you, what do you think?
Relationship is not all about money.
Okay.
You could reach out. It's not only money that you can offer somebody. You can offer word of advice.
Okay.
You can offer word of encouragement. You can offer, there's so many things that you can offer somebody that can better the life of that person other than money. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's not all about money. If you don't have, reach out. You can enrich the person through your words, through your word of encouragement, through your teachings. The person will feel better. At times you might reach out to the person and the person will be telling you, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. When you open your mouth to tell the person your own story, the person will calm down. Okay. So we should all go out to, when you cancel the person will be like, oh, I'm not the only one after all. This is not happening to me after all. If she's coping, if she's surviving it, why can't I? No. So it will now give that person sense of maybe living again. For example, you see all those people that have been raped, all those people that that have experienced death of loved ones. At times they encourage them to come up and speak up, to come out and talk.
But sometimes nobody wants to do that because it's stigmatic. Like this part of the world where when you talk about rape, all of those things, there's a stigma to it, and the stigma most times is on the female. Okay, the guy who did the act is actually not even part of the story anymore. So that's why most people they close up, they don't even talk about it. But I don't know if it's possible. I don't know. You're an expert in that field. So
we should endeavor to speak out.
Okay.
When you bottle in something, you'll be battling with it without knowing. At times you will think that you're normal, but you are not normal. Most people that you see on the street, because of one or two things that this trauma of a thing, there's a chronic trauma, something that is caused maybe when you're exposed to accidents directly There's another type of trauma that the person is being exposed to that kind of traumatic event over and over, like abuse, like lack, hunger. There's another type of trauma that the person is being exposed to, maybe like bomb blast, not having a safe environment, and all that. So any little thing, the person is agitated. There's fear all over the place. So in this country, in fact, everybody is traumatized.
I tell you.
That is just the thing.
I quite believe you.
Because the phobia, the fear of what has happened to the next person beside you is actually effective.
Yeah, because I remember most people don't want to travel to the, to the eastern part of the country. They're saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be abducted. I'm going to be, So they're already living in fear.
Yeah,
so you even get there.
Yes.
So sometimes you don't even go, not because you don't want to go, but because you're already feeling the trauma. You know somebody that has been traumatized, that has gone through such thing, and may not have been able to,
Yeah.
So anyway, that's good to hear that we need to reach out to people. It's not all about money. Money is not everything. Yeah, I know money is not everything, and so we're trying to say that be your brother's keeper wherever you are.
Yeah.
Reach out to your friends, reach out to your loved ones. It's not about money, okay? From what our trauma experts is telling us
it's
today.
not all about money.
Okay, and but then again, there's some other things that bothers my mind. Okay, most times I see, I like to find out young people, what goes on in their mind. Are young people also traumatized, or is it just the elderly or the middle class or all of those things? I think that the most hits are female who are matured, who are battling with family issues and all of that.
No. Most kids are more traumatized. In fact,
Wow.
they are in the category of people that are more traumatized in this country are actually kids.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Actually kids.
Ah.
When we talk about lack, when we talk about hunger, when we talk about molestation, abuse, it's actually children that get it. You understand?
And they don't speak up.
They can't speak up. That's why at times you see a child, the life is already disoriented from childhood, and then you will now be wondering, the person will grow into the society with that kind of mindset. You won't even know that this person hasn't been normal from childhood because of 1 or 2, 3 incidents that he or she has passed through as children.
So that also gets me thinking, because I see some people, the way they react to things, for instance, you're saying to somebody hello, the person just like blanking you off, and as I begin to wonder, and you say the same thing to another person, that person is receptive and warm or happy.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, does it mean that the way we talk to people should be different based on how they behave, or do we who feel that some people feel that okay, you're okay? Do I have to look at how you're going to behave before I know what to say to you? Or is it just like say the normal thing? Because I'm also trying to see how to balance of this whole world.
When it comes to children, you have to know a child, to know how to handle that child.
Okay.
Some children are all going out, playful, this and that. Some are on the quiet side. Some are there's some talk. So whatever that happens to them, you are sure that they will tell you.
Yeah, I know you have a daughter like that. It's like Amanda. She's a go-go type of girl.
Like she will just come out and say, "Mommy, this is what happened."
Yeah.
But that's children that don't talk. So you have to make efforts to make them speak. You have to, when you see them behaving, in a way that they don't used to behave, you have to be more attentive to them, because you know that probably something is bothering them and they will not speak out. Then when it comes to adults, because this is we're all supposed to be relating in our different businesses. Everybody can't be the same.
Yeah.
Everybody can't behave the same.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think we should be giving people benefit of doubt, because you don't know why that particular person is behaving the way he or she is behaving. You're not from the same compound, you're not from the same family, so you don't know what must have affected the person.
Most sense for judgmental.
We
just
shouldn't
judge them based on what they have done at that particular point in time. So you're saying that we should not be judgmental. We shouldn't be very accommodating and also reason our things.
We don't know what someone is passing through.
We
don't know someone going through emotional trauma back at home. Most married people, some are going through. Then when someone is in lack, you're thinking about school fees, house rent, food. You don't expect the person will be in his or her right sense.
I know.
So the way the person reacts to you might not really be the way the person is.
Okay, so in your course of this study, this journey of looking out for traumatic people and all of those things, which people are more traumatized? Which people are more exposed to trauma? Is it the female? Do you think the female are more traumatized or the male? For me, I always think that female are more traumatized. The men are very strong. Do they also pass through trauma? So I think they're supposed to be, the dumb gaga. They don't.
Everybody pass through trauma.
Oh, okay.
When you see some alcoholics, what do you think is happening to them? When you see some people using drugs, what do you think? They just want to put in a substance into them and forget their sorrow, that moment.
Well, I thought they're just enjoying life.
No. Most alcoholics, most drug addicts, most go and check. Something somewhere must have happened to them. Some people, when so many occurrence, like maybe death of a loved one, you will see somebody that oh, this guy is cool. You will see him always drinking, looking for something to high on and all that. So anyone could be traumatized.
So how do you bring people out of trauma? Like those kind of people who are high on alcohol, some are smoking, some are doing some funny things and all of that. How do we help them out in your own way? How do we watch each other's back? And not as a professional now, because I'm talking about you and I want to, be part of the system to better Nigeria, to better our environment and all of that. and I feel that we should put our hands together to help the society. So how do we, as a normal person who is not an expert like you, because you have the, you know what it takes, what are the little things that you feel that we can do as a community, as a society, to make people come out of trauma?
Yeah, I've said it before. We'll continue to reach out.
Okay.
And anyone out there that you know that you've been traumatized,
Yeah.
something has happened to you, that each time you think about it and you feel like, you know, too bad, you know, you feel like giving up on life, I'll advise you to network, go out, move, you know, don't keep to yourself, speak out, socialize, because share it. There are some people that you could share with, share it, and if you feel that is, you know, is too much, you can also seek medical attention.
Okay.
Just like I said, most traumas causes mental illness.
Wow.
And
sad.
most people you see, you move with, you meet on daily basis, are not mentally okay.
Wow.
I'm telling you the truth. They are not. Because we don't know, because of maybe one or two bad things that must have happened to them. You know? So most people are, you see on the way, they are not, you meet in your course of business, in your course of, most people are not mentally okay. So my advice is that if you have someone that you know that has been traumatized, you know, maybe there's an abuse, there's you know, accident that has been you know, exposed to shock, the person could also seek for medical attention. The person should seek for support, help. You know, all this, go for therapy. You know, we in the Western world that they do therapy here, we hardly know about therapy. You know, when you ask somebody to pay for therapies, they will be like,
it's money. Anyway.
But at the end of the day, that's what
pays. Okay, so we're heading from the expert herself, Mrs. Ngozi Chikwendu, so talking about trauma. Trauma is not any person different. It can be anybody. You can be traumatized for one reason or the other. Nobody plans for trauma. Okay, but when it happens, you have to deal with it. Deal with it by speaking up. Okay, you deal with it by networking. Try move around, socialize, and all of those things so you can come out of the trauma fast. Don't go getting depressed and all that. It may not be easy, and then we as a community should also reach out to our friends. Watch our friends back. Don't think that life is all about you. You're in a society, and that means you need to connect with other people. Make sure that you're a pillar of support to one another. I think that's way we can go a long way. It's really considering what's going on now.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's not be traumatized. It's also a phase. Some of these things they fizzle out after some time. Give it some time. Most of the things that you're going through would come to end. All right, thank you so much for being on this call.
Thank you.
Ngozi Chikwendu. It's nice having you. And now I know how to handle trauma.
Yeah.
Thank you, and we'll have a great day.
Thank you, Dr. Chima. Thank you for having me.